Hello and welcome to this edition of 5 Minutes of Lean. This topic is going to be huddle meetings. We're going to talk about what they are, we're going to talk about what they're not, how to start one, how to lead one, and even how to attend one. So the list of things of what they are: they're quick, they're structured, so a lot of times it'll be 3-4 boxes determined ahead of time for the group to work off of. There's minimal waste and maximum value. They're a place to get help. They're a place to collaborate. They're a place to offer help. They're nimble. They have full team engagement. Now a list of some things they're not. They're not an open chat session. It's not a place to read reports that folks can read or access somewhere else. They're not unchangeable. They're not a place to list out what you're doing and how busy you are. They're not just one person talking. So how do you go about getting one started? I mentioned earlier the boxes. So you establish the boxes in the format that are going to be used. And to do that, you need to understand as a leader what you want to accomplish with the time you have. Have a goal for that time. Communicate that goal. Understand that goal. Go ahead and share that goal in that format with the invitees and ask them to pitch in and contribute anything that they think might be missing to establish that format. Get their engagement and their input while you're establishing the format of your huddle. Then you want to go ahead and develop those boxes and the cadence of the meeting and set some rules of engagement. You can put things in there like shut your email off, like don't talk over anybody, use the hand function if it's a bigger group. So think about that, develop it with the teams and the attendees of the meeting, but make sure everybody's clear on the behavior that's expected within the meeting. Then go ahead and ensure that everybody knows and understands and agrees to those things: the format, the rules of engagement, and the cadence of the meeting. So if you're running one, stick to the boxes. Use the tool to deflect. So if there's somebody that is continuously off topic or putting in a lot of information that's non-value added, you don't need to personally attack that person. You can simply just ask the group if that particular item or that particular discussion is part of those boxes. And if it's not, you can take it offline. So it provides a little tool for deflection to keep the group on task. Get constant feedback. When I was running these, I would ask at the end of every one if we achieved the goals and if those are still the right boxes and we're on the right cadence. Lead the engagement. Ask questions. So if you're leading that particular meeting, call some people out. I like to usually know ahead of time one or two people that I could call on that are going to be comfortable responding if I feel like there's no engagement. Create some psychological safety. So if that means you have to show a little humility, then that's what you've got to do. But you want people to be safe and you want to encourage that open dialogue. Another thing about running one, I learned this lesson the hard way, but if you establish it as a leader and say it's your staff huddle and it's your team that reports to you, don't be afraid to not run it. Take turns, let somebody else from the group step up and have an opportunity to run those meetings. I learned after I moved from one group to the other that there were people in that group that attended that meeting that could do a very good job running that meeting. So as a leader, think about providing that opportunity to your team members to go ahead and lead that meeting. Now, finally, in attending one, come prepared. Look at those boxes, understand the rules of engagement. When the person is establishing the meeting and asking for your feedback, give it. Make sure they understand how you feel about it. Be open and honest, not only in the upfront feedback, but during the meeting. Make it count. It's your time too. Make sure it's worthwhile. Finally, just don't waste your time. If it's not helping you, speak up. So I hope you found this topic helpful. There's a lot of examples I can give, and if you have trouble kind of setting up or running or being part of a huddle meeting, please reach out to me and I can help out with that through some voice of the customer work or sharing some experiences and some tools that I've used with other groups.